अपने न्यू वीडियो के साथ, जो कि है लेमिनल का इकोनॉमिक्स का चैप्टर 2 पीपल एज रिसोर्स। देखते हैं इसमें। आंसर द फॉलोइंग इन 1 or 2 sentences. Unemployment is a situation in which people are not able to and willing to get doing work, but they still cannot find work. Birth rate, the number of birth in per 1,000 person in a year. And then workforce, it is the total number of people who worked in a company or a factory. People as resource, it is a way of referring to countries working people in their terms as well as productive skill and abilities. And then MCQs, you see. MCQs, अगर आपको वीडियो क्वालिटी ठीक नहीं दिख रही तो आपने YouTube में जाके वीडियो क्वालिटी बढ़ा सकते हैं। The next page, bribe is taking and economic activities which did not add the progressive cycle. Family economic condition did not add the. And then the second question, what was the literacy rate in India in 1951? 18% was the literacy rate of India in 1951. How much the literacy rate of men is higher as compared to women in India? 87% literacy rate is higher. And then how was infant mortality rate come down from 90? It was come down from 26.8% to 6.91 from 1951 to 2000. What is the literacy rate of Kerala? 96.2. Which factor does the population of India become human capital? Money, majority of people in primary sector and the tertiary sector. And the second question, what was the plan outlay of one education in first 5 plan? Development of agriculture is a plan outlay in one first education. And then question 8, the workforce population includes of which age? 15 and older. And then answer the following questions brief. Why the domestic services performed by women and women as stated as economic activity? Because it was salary and wages are not calculated in the gap GDP of the country, and they are not considered equal as men as they consider for inferior. And then the Japan has no natural resources. How it is progressed? They progressed by invested on people, human, which means that is invested on the education, health and etc. facilities of the people. Since people are educated and hard working, and hence Japan is, you see. दोस्तों चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दे. एंड द नेक्स्ट पेज, so Japan is well developed even though it is not having natural resources. Distinguish between labor force and workforce. Labor force refers to the number of people of able to work and willing to there, while therefore refers to the people who are actually engaged in commercially productive activity. The main difference is employment, wise education and input of growth. Educated people are earned higher in the account education of individual makes a better of their economic opportunities. And then answer the following in detail. What are the factors responsible for distribution of population in India? Soil, water bodies, transport, resources, climate, employment opportunities are the factors responsible for the distribution of India. Transportation and communication provides better chances of economic growth. People are migrating from rural to urban areas. And then the second question, what do you understand by people as resources? People as resources is a way of referring to a country's working people in terms of their existing skill, productive and abilities that help them to creation of gross national product they can ascend for our country. And then what is the role of education in human formation? It generates technical skill and creates manpower which is suited for improving labor productivity. And then the second question, an educated population would be an ascent for our country. It develops personally and sense of national locations among the people. आपको क्लियर नहीं दिख रही तो आप अपनी क्वालिटी बढ़ाइए यूट्यूब की. फोर्थ क्वेश्चन, द इट एज द क्वालिटी एंड क्वांटिटी ऑफ इंडिविजुअल. यू सी. थर्ड क्वेश्चन, fourth, and then they answer the following questions. And we came on another page that was true false. Write the true false. Economic activity include only market false. Season employment false. Human with high education are paid with the at par with man true. Life expectancy average number of life that a person expected to life, tertiary activities, transport, health, education, literacy rate, percentage of people who read and write, non-market activities, production of self-assumption. You see, zoom it. People as resource. And दोस्तों, like and subscribe my channel.